Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Galactic Process Ladder Edition. This is Mars coming at you with another StarCraft 2 cast, this one sent in by members of the community. If you'd like to have your own games cast, then take the replay, if it's a good one. Upload it to GG Tracker, drop.sc2, Legacy of the Void Spawning Tool, whichever you want, and a member of the community, myself or anyone else, will get down and cast it for you. If you'd like to have me personally cast it, then, well, you're going to have to send that to marsgaming@gmail.com. That is MAARSCH Gaming, like the name of this channel, at gmail.com. Anyway, today on Galactic Process Ladder Edition, we have somebody who is either a lot more familiar with the Japanese language than I am, or somebody who got very poorly informed by a friend. It is Water Cabbage. That is what that means. Mizu is water and Hakusai is a cabbage. Congratulations. I sincerely hope that means something else. His opponent is theWalrus. How you doing? theWalrus, member of Clan Dust and current resident of Korea. Right, so a PvT on Galactic Process Ladder Edition, and we've got shenanigans coming up for theWalrus. Yes, there is a barracks right here. Not entirely unknown if there's a couple of maps where where Terran really likes to do this. Oh, look at that! He went to go see if there was a proxy building right there. Are you gonna go? Are you gonna go the right way? But generally, this isn't one of them. Oh, let's see if he sees this one, and now he's going. Now he's going to check for proxies over here. Nope, nope. He's just going to deny that right there, and that gives that Reaper all the time in the world to get in there, and that means that that Reaper is going to be finished before the mothership core. Wait, there was a mothership core building there. Did he cancel that? Oh, he canceled the mothership core in order to get the Nexus down. Oh, that is a poor choice. Oh man, that is a poor choice right there. Oh, if he could only get a KDA charge right there. And yeah, he's completely denying any mining by Mizuhakusai. And there is that mothership core out. Now completely safe to resume mining duties once again. But he was annoyed enough by that to try and make sure that those SCVs tried to. What are you doing? Alright, so we've got a factory here, we've got a barracks here, and we've got a starport there. And we've got two Reapers poking on in to be a little bit annoying. Right! theWalrus putting on a little bit of creativity. And, oh, nope, goes right into that photon overcharge. Now we're going to have to wait a bit before he can do that again. Nothing that shoots up coming out of here yet, so he can easily start targeting him down, but then he does run the risk of what's happening right now, and that is Reaper Kingdom Middle Line taking out a second worker, and he's going to be able to get 3. He's going to get 4. Get 4! Oh, but nope, there you go. Alright, well, 4 probes versus 3 Reapers. That's not ideal, but considering the amount of time he disrupted mining right here, I think he's probably okay. So what do we have to follow this up? Well, we have a Dark Shrine by the Protoss, but that got completely scouted. He still hasn't seen either this one or this one. And what are we getting? We're getting Cloaked Banshees. Yeah, sure, why not? Over here, we've got that mech style by theWalrus, using that now against a Protoss even, and I have to say, as a Protoss myself, fuck Cyclones? Seriously? That's just annoying. And we'll see how Mizuhakusai deals with this. Going to put that Stalker up there, sees that there is no natural base down there yet, but his opponent is a Terran, so there could be something in the base, and it's just waiting to get floated down. Now he doesn't know that this isn't the case yet. In fact, there's more that theWalrus is completely focused on that aggression, building more Cyclones and building Banshees. And he's going to be saving those up until he has maybe 2 or 3 of them. And as soon as that's the case, he can just murder that. That's one. Where's the other one? Where's your friend? Ah, there you go. 2 Stargates. So he assumes that his DT play is completely discovered. And to be honest, it should be. There's something over here. There's something over here. Yep. No, that is completely safe. And, ooh, this scouted this. So he does know that there is a teleport out there. And he's going to try and hack that down. He's not going to get that before that Banshee does come out. But maybe he can deny that Raven. Yep. Does deny that Raven, in fact. This DT entirely scouted yet, and it seems like the Walrus put the voice pack by Swan. Great. Oh, defensive overcharge, and the Banshees weren't in range yet. Now that they are in range, on the other hand, they are cloaked. So, yeah, that's not the best thing. And what does Mizuhakusai have in order to see this? Well, he does have an Oracle with Revelation, and that is just fine if the Walrus continues to fly in that pylon range. And if not, this Phoenix right there would have hunted him down. Alright, so that natural base does get floated on down. There's no 3rd being built yet. No, excuse me, that 3rd was built. That's what I get for not putting my production tab up. And Mizuhakusai is going to see what he can do, and he's going to find out that nope, the Walrus is very ably defended, and there isn't much of anything you can do. Good. After that start, almost 7 minutes, we've got 31 workers for the Protoss. We've got 31 workers for the Terran. We've got 2 bases for the Protoss, and we have 3 bases for the Walrus, who's not changing that 3rd base into an orbital command just yet. No, he's going to go for a planetary fortress instead. Can't say I mind terribly much, especially if you're playing Mech. Oh, yeah. The opponent is continuing with the Phoenixes. Now there's a couple of different ways to deal with Cyclone meching Terrans. I haven't really seen people do Phoenixes yet, whereas of course that is very much a way you can deal with it. Fly that barracks over, you can repair that? No! I believe that's his only barracks, so if he's going to want to build any additional factories, he's going to have to build a barracks first. That lock-on does get disturbed by a lift-up, so if you get that lock-on off you and you get that lift-off, then you do negate that entire lock-on, which does have a cooldown of 4 seconds. Here we see that, but he doesn't have enough to both lift it up and actually shoot at these things. And in the meantime, these slowly get whittled down by what Cyclone didn't get lifted up, but yep, no. Alright, I hadn't thought about it yet, but this seems like a very good way to deal with Cyclones, and definitely something I will be checking out. We have 1 Cyclone and Widow Mines. That's all we have, and those Widow Mines don't get a don't burrow quite fast enough in order to take that juicy clump of Phoenixes. And now Mizuhakusai is aware that there are Widow Mines out there, and he will no longer just blindly fly in there and see what he can get done. He will always be minding those Widow Mines and those weird patches on the ground. No, he won't. No, he won't. Oh, damn! And even goes as far as not just on Widow Mines. On Widow Mines covered by 2 missile turrets, and that is not how you want to deal with that stuff. Now, one of the age-old adages about mech is it's slow, it's cumbersome. Now that's not true anymore in this in today's mech. Today's mech, which is very often Hellions and or Hellbats and Cyclones, they do actually move quite fast. But Mizuhakusai is still using that age-old adage to say, like, well, even if you're not slow, like if you're slow, I can expand, which he does. He's got his third base up here, which just now gets scanned by the Walrus, and he's putting a fourth down here. So that is very nicely done by him and can immediately transfer some probes. But even if he's not slow with this kind of mech, Mizuhakusai knows that he took a big chunk out of the Walrus's army, and this is a nice way to deal with... Oh, wow. Yeah, there goes some BTs. Thank you. That is a Collector's Edition Thor, I think. Or this man plays a lot more Terran than I do. So here's a problem for Mizuhakusai. You can lift up Cyclones. Can't lift up tanks. It's hard. Is he in the single fire mode now? I think that doesn't even exist anymore. Oh, I'm so out of date with Thors. So continuing with the possible production, not right now, of Widow Mines. He gets the Drilling Claws, gets some Terran army for his mech stuff, and these things flying there once again, gets one or two probes once again, and don't really lose anything except maybe a little bit of shield, which every turn, every Protoss is just fine with. Alright, so what's the long-term plan? We're still building Phoenixes. We've got double Robo. We've got a third Robo going down. And we've got a Robo Bay going down. So it looks like Mizuhakusai is planning on going into the heavy hitters. And pumping out, well... Alright. I'm hoping not Colossi. There's a bug right now with Cyclones, that Cyclones do damage to, different damage to ground and air. Let's see. This targets air and ground. Now the problem with Colossi is that they count as both air and ground. So they in fact do double damage, as we do see a little bit of Mizuhakusai trying to come in there, does lose his Oracle for it. So yeah, now going Disruptors. Alright, I can't say I blame him for that. Colossi used to be the biggest GG unit in the game. Well, that's debatable, I suppose. But they used to be way more powerful than they are now. And now, especially against somebody who has shown Cyclones, who can just go back into Cyclones if he so chooses. Not the best choice. In the meantime, starports are down and a fusion core. So the Walrus may be thinking of battle cruisers, or you may be thinking mass liberator with the liberator range. You might be thinking hyperflight rotors. To be honest, this is not a standard game, and I can't really tell you. Getting a fifth base right here, making sure he doesn't get scanned. Mizuhakusai doing a very nice job of keeping the Walrus in his base. Since he evacuated his buildings from here and here, the Walrus hasn't been out on the map. He doesn't see this. If Mizuhakusai had taken this one, he wouldn't have seen it. Very defensive, very slowly, moving on out there, taking every base. This is going to be a planetary fortress. Yes, it is. Defending against air with this. And, oh, gets that revelation on there. Mizuhakusai doing a very nice job with keeping an eye on his opponent. Still building disruptors. How many disruptors do you have? He already had 8 disruptors. Alright, well, let's see what that does. He can plant one right here, and that will take out this Widow Mine. There's another one there. It wouldn't be any don't flying there. Alright, very good. And now the Walrus did scan and does see those disruptors, so should see this coming and move right into disruptor shots, which is very nice of him. Alright, now what do disruptors not do? They don't shoot up, but that's why Mizuhakusai does have those Phoenixes. Phoenixes is a hard word. Oh, and more disruptor balls coming out of there, and oh no, those 3 aren't going to do too much. Oh, does get one Phoenix, and that is no. Alright, so it takes 3 shots by a disruptor to kill a Thor, or close enough to my way. Let me 145, and we have 400. So yeah, that's 3 hits per Thor. Not something I've had to deal with too often, so you'll excuse me if my mental math isn't great. Takes out another Widowmine right there and gets 2 more shots on that Thor. Does get repaired. Oh! Manages to put those very neatly. 3 of those 4 into the Disruptor Nova. Is that the official call? Purification Nova. My apologies. Of Mizuhakusai. And the Walrus is slowly getting driven back by this. Individual Purification Novas to take care of Widowmines. If you don't do this, now he does, and can, without any problem, just move forward. And oh, if you don't move command in there, don't do that. Alright, that's one last mineral Widow Mine. Thank you. Oh, and here are the first Liberators. Looks like it was going for that liberation range, and he is going for a mass liberator. That is one way of dealing with. Oh, that is the last of the Thors. Takes down a couple of Widow Mines there as well. And now we've got Air Protoss versus Air Terran. If you look at the upgrades, that is in favor of the Terran. However, numbers very much in favor of Mizuhakusai. Oh. Okay, that's one way of dealing with disruptors, I suppose. Possibly not how I would have chosen to do it. Oh, doesn't even get that much then there. So the disruptor count reset to 2-1. Now taking out. Jesus, you've got 5 robo-bays? Alright. And no upgrades. Oh. Lift this guy up, possibly, and deny that missile turret. But yeah, you can't really do much of anything else. Oh, is he going to get a Purification Nova in there? Yep. And there we go. That's a couple of Widow Mines. SCVs taken on down. So Mizuhakusai floating a fair bit of money. Got this base. May want to take the gas, because in gas he's not doing so hot. And I don't know, you may want to think about something else. Like, don't get me wrong, this is working slowly, very slowly, but with mass air coming out by the Walrus, who's already got 8 Liberators, he's going to get into trouble fairly soon. Those mixes do tend to clump up. And then they just get absolutely murdered. Look at that. Look at how quickly he just lost all of his Phoenixes. Now he's actually just dedicating those to the thing. And making sure that he can go in there with his disruptors. And now he's going to take out a couple of SUVs. Maybe, no. See, this is the problem with these disruptors. They do a shit ton of damage. Don't blow up your own, which you can. But they don't actually shoot without that very special, very high damage thing. So yeah, he just walked right past here, and all these SCVs live. And now we have the Walrus on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases, and Mizuhakusai on 5 bases. And yeah, 69 army supply to 40. Oh. Oh wow, that takes a lot of disruptor shots. Right. Okay. He's got a couple more. But yeah, this is useful against ground mech, and his army is moved to ground. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh! Alright, he's going to take out those Widow Mines. We're very nicely clustered up, but yeah. Oh boy. Those were some Widow Mine shots, and now we have completely undefended disruptors against Banshees. And Banshees make short work of it, although if he doesn't actually... Well, he's got the range of the Planetary Fortress. May want to move a couple of these guys out. Got some SCVs not doing much. Alright, Mizuhakusai going for Tempest. Now that I can get on board with, and as I mentioned, a little bit short on the gas. May want to saturate this a little bit better. Maybe take this one, I say as he so does. And yeah, take that out from the far distance. Alright, well, we will be doing this now. The problem is, oh, hyperflight rotors. And first attack. His opponent, no, he lost his his Raven. Now the problem, well, first of all, he's building 2, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tech labbed starports, so you can just start building one as soon as he does catch that mothership port, which he doesn't. He doesn't know about it yet. Does see that Nexus being built on the other hand. I wonder if that bug is still in the game, that the mothership warping in does take up so much graphical power that pretty much all the game just sort of stutters, which used to be a fairly big giveaway for this. Alright, the Walrus does scout this base, and there's nothing here defending it, and the Walrus can just fly over 1 or 2 Liberators, park them here and there, and the entire mineral line would be completely denied. Mizuhakusai with very nice 6,000 minerals in the bank, so you may be thinking of just building a shit ton of zealots, warping him in here, and there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a drinking game in here somewhere. There's no other attacks going on right now, so we're just watching this 12 kill. 12? Is that it? Are we done? Alright, 12 kill Liberator. You've earned your paycheck, buddy. Don't worry about it. Alright, and we have another one. Oh no, he's going to go take this base. He is taking this gold base. So yeah, the Walrus is going to slowly choke out Mizuhakusai. What is he doing against it? Well, he's building a shit ton of Tempest. I think once you get beyond this first line, a shit ton is an apt description of the amount of Tempest we have here. So now we have a shit ton and 6. And we're moving on out. Now, what does the Walrus have to deal with it? Well, one of the problems that Tempest has is they shoot giant balls of energy. They do lots of damage, but they are a little bit, just a tiny bit, slow. And the Walrus has Ravens with point defense drones. So Mizuhakusai may just be in a tiny bit of trouble. There's a couple of times in the game where, you know, carriers are useful, and taking up charges or energy of the point defense drone is one of them. So I say as he does get Graviton catapult, so he may just go for some of that, and he gets on into that gold base, and now the Walrus knows exactly what is up if he wasn't already sure. Completely denies it, and there's nothing that he's doing right now. All of this just happens to be floating there, and he's going to sacrifice this base right here. Oh, and it looks like Mizuhakusai is going to reinforce this position with a couple of cannons, and instead the Walrus is going to take this out with his right side hyper flight rotors. This planetary fortress getting repaired right here, and he's going to have to take out some of these SUVs. And splitting his GPS between 2 different planetary fortresses may not be the best way of going about this. The Walrus, this is giving the Walrus a fair bit of time, and instead he's just going to go around here and take out this one pylon, powering all these photon cannons. This one and this one do get powered by that pylon, but yeah, that was a little bit of an unfortunate pylon right there. And the rest of these should be able to take this out, no worries. Yep. Right, does take this out in the meantime, does damage this one significantly. It would be nice if you actually killed that. And he does recall right here, and does he have Observer? Yes, he does. And that means that this army with its Banshees are going to get absolutely... Nope. Going to get away just fine. That observer right here doesn't have a movement speed boost, and these guys right here do have extra movement speed with that hyperflight rotors, which is an increase of X%. I don't really know thing. So what did he do? Well, he denied this base, and it cost him this base, and I don't know how many. Oh, no planetary fortresses, but that's fine. Don't want to get too close to those missile turrets. And once again, here are the those banshees, and two, all those liberators with their splash damage, and there are the point defense zones, and all of the attacks by the Tempest and by the Stalkers are just completely negated by all these drones, and the Walrus is completely free to just take out this army by Mizuhakusai. Mizuhakusai gets dropped down to 80 army supply. So did have quite a bit of warping possibilities, but yes, Stalker shot also get countered by the point defense round. And yeah, Stalkers get horribly murdered by Banshees. The detection, one of the last things to go there, the observer taken out by the Walrus. Those Vikings or Liberators with that detection of the Ravens took that on out. And now Mizuhakusai is going to see what he can do with about 4,000 in minerals of Zealots and Stalkers. Does get spotted on moving on down there. It's not going to try and do that right here. Oh, look at that defensive position. That is not something you want to move in here as a Protoss. But he's going to try and use a mobility in his favor. Does have that charge and should take out that planetary fortress. Nope, doesn't have the time to deal with it. And those liberation zones do make sure that there's nothing that a Protoss would sooner do than get the hell out of there. There is that first carrier, but at this point Mizuhakusai doesn't have enough gas to pay for his... Oh, does lose that Oracle right there. Pay for that Oracle habit right there. Alright, so we've got extra building armor on this, and it means that this planetary fortress just doesn't go down fast enough for this giant air army of the Walrus to join, to show up. These giant looming battle cruisers, Vikings and Liberators, Vikings making sure that nothing that the Mizuhakusai has will ever challenge him in air dominancy ever again, and those Liberators to form those nasty, nasty liberation zones. Mizuhakusai doesn't know about this base. Still hasn't been able to take down this one. And wait, we have tanks? Well, at this point, why not? 200 by the Walrus. Some more. Yep. Some more harass by Mizuhakusai. Going to take down this debris. Ooh, that is a very narrow point. Is he going to take that down? No, he's actually not taking that down. DC tank taking down this defensive position, and that shouldn't take too long for him right there. And whereas at first we had Mizuhakusai with 6,000 minerals right there, as the Walrus did. The Walrus? No, Mizuhakusai did blink a couple of those Stalkers in there, and then it was time for the Walrus to do a blink, as he does move those battle cruisers in there. Stalkers still a little bit faster than battle cruisers, but yeah. Alright, these 4 Stalkers on the other hand do not out damage the Stalkers, or do not outrange this planetary fortress. These Stalkers are going to go on down, and these guys are not going to be able to DPS this planetary fortress down fast enough if the Walrus is paying attention. So yeah, Mizuhakusai, I like what you did. It was very interesting to see how you managed the early game Cyclone. I like that with the Phoenixes, but I'm afraid this is the end of the line. You're out of money. I don't quite see which tech choice you make in order to deal with this. and your opponent has 9,000, 4,000 minerals. Can we just stay in this? Could you not GG out before we get 10k? Because I believe there's a name for this. And so I would like to welcome the Walrus to Oprah money. Something I heard once in base. Nope. What's his face? Maximus Black. Does find that hole right here, and he's going to try and get in the. Nope. No, he's going to try and get in the production, but he didn't get there fast enough. Splits off a couple of units, but these didn't even take down the supply depot. Made this missile turret slightly smoked. Takes out one deploy depot, takes down. Makes this one, puts this one on fire, so entirely possible he's going to do this. And yeah, in the meantime, the Walrus just taking all the bases. Mizuhakusai still managed to take this one. This one is going to get, is not going to get spotted directly, but the Walrus should see all those. Oh, gets that timing before the planetary fortress finishes, so can clean up all these SCVs. But at this point, the Walrus is 76 SCVs, and that is actually too many, I'd say, at this point. Like, unless he wants to go to whatever, you know, name was used for 20,000. Bill Gates money, I don't know. Google money? I don't know, I haven't listened to it. Maximus Black, that's the guy. Or Nova War, I don't know which one of these two actually came up with it. Lag TV, those guys. But yeah, Mizuhakusai with 72 army supply, 222 urban opponents. We've got all the upgrades going on at the Walrus, and we have none of the upgrades at Mizuhakusai. He's trying to build a carrier fleet, and now carriers do a lot of damage, like a lot of damage. And they do exhaust those point defense drones quite a bit faster. But yeah. There we go, let's see what happens. That was one Raven. With these armor upgrades, that actually doesn't do quite as much damage as we were possibly hoping for. Takes down the factory, okay. Uses a couple of interceptors to completely decimate this mineral line. And mass carriers. Good unit. But does he have detection? Oh dear. Oh yeah, no, didn't kill it. But that significantly damaged Mizuhakusai's fleet. And GG. Well played. If you enjoyed this video, press that like button. If you'd like to see more of me, subscribe.